with this group of, with such a young generation, I think there is hope. I know there is hope. But I think we mothers will have to feel quite a responsibility here. I think we have a great role, but let's not forget the fathers. But this is also the generational responsibility. We have a responsibility, not only through education, but through upbringing and through the way we also live, to show the next generation that you can make a difference. And another woman who is doing a very important job, especially for the mothers, for the women of Africa and for the youth of Africa, one of the heroes of Africa, I think we can say, Birkit, Terefe, are you ready? Please welcome Birkit. Hi. We will stand there a little. Birkit is the leader of the Ethiopian Women's Health Association, which is a sister organization of NKS, Norske Kvinners Sanitetsforening. NKS was established in Norway more than 100 years ago and is in charge of, it was presented here at the first conference actually in 2011, many of those things that we take for granted in Norway today, of health issues, emergency help, was built by the Sanitetskvinnene, the health women of Norway. And Birkit is now doing the same in Ethiopia, building a strong movement of women in Ethiopia. Could you please tell us a little about what you're doing?
Thank you. What we're doing is we're actually trying to empower women so that they can be active actors within the society. It actually takes a lot of we took a lot of learning from the Norwegian experience in terms of organizing women in groups so that they can feel more powerful and more heard. And we train the women on different issues like health and how they can work together and how they can also generate income by themselves. So we do all this so that the women can be active actors within the society.
You are just like Erin here, you are a champion of education. You have quite an enormous education yourself.
I love education.
Yeah. And why is that so important? Shouldn't they just go out and start working?
That's a very good question. For me, I think especially for people that have come from Africa, education is such a privilege. I was listening to most of the discussions about education and how you're really worried about making it perfect and how we should make it very simple for the young people to continue and everything. And I was actually sitting and reflecting, wow, when are we going to say this back home? Because for us, it's more about access to that major education. For me, I was lucky. There was no doubt in sending me, from my parents' side, to sending me to school. It was so much easier because I had an educated mother. But what I saw is it's a very competitive world, and for me to be heard, for me to be the voice in Ethiopia, not only for women and also especially as a young woman, it was very important for me to, to achieve the maximum education. So when I sit next to the guys or to the political leaders, then I can say yes. And that was my inspiration first. But then I realized that education also gives you a wider perspective on how to work with other people, how you can also give back to the community in a better way. So that's my inspiration, and I love education. I just keep on studying all the time.
Another aspect, yeah. Another aspect of the education issue, of course, in Africa, as we all are aware of, is that for 1 year extra for a woman in school means she can wait 1 more year before she has a child. I'm sure that's something that you're working with also.
Yes, actually keeping girls in school is actually a challenge. Because in the first place, the worth of a woman or a girl is measured by her reproductive role. So a woman is judged more on how motherly she is, how many children she can give, what kind of mother is she and everything. So for the girl to go and have education, it's a big challenge in the first place for her to go to school because her world is mostly the motherly, and we think that's natural, but I don't think so. For us to keep the girls in school, we always say that we can add words to the women by giving them access to education. And we're doing that, we're trying, and it's a big challenge for me to stay in school and not getting married. You know, including my mother, she thinks I'm very weird. Every day she's coming, so when is the wedding? I'm like, no, but I'm planning to do this. So it's a challenge, but as long as we give opportunity for the woman to stay in school and we create a safe environment, and I think it's possible.